What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's Tyren Johnson, professional basketball player of 12 years, currently playing in France, and you're tuned into the Tyren Johnson Show. Today's episode is a good one, like everyone. I'm sure every podcaster is going to say, yo, today's episode is amazing. Today is a good one. But today is a really, really good one, especially for guys like me, guys that's in my industry. The last episode I talked about how championships are overrated. And I want to kind of double down on that and talk about how failing is okay. I was talking to one of my best friends, one of my childhood friends. I went home and we went and got some food. We hung out, we was talking. And he was telling me how whenever he lost, he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, he just was in a bad mood, and it would just mess up his whole life for a week because he was so passionate about losing. He was so passionate about winning. And in my industry, we put high emphasis on winning as if everybody is winning. Majority of the people in my industry, and being an athlete, majority of the people I know have been losers their whole life. I've been fortunate to win a whole lot in my career, and I've seen both sides, right? Failing is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. You've seen the quotes of MJ talking about how I'm able to hit the big shots because I miss a bunch of other shots 1,000 times because he learned when he took those other shots. But if he didn't take those shots, he would never had that experience. He would have never had that feeling of failure. He would have never had that moment to see what did he need to do to be able to gain the confidence to take that shot. That's the most important thing, is realizing that there's lessons in failing. But we demean failing. We look at failing as you're less than. Nah, that ain't what successful people do. Successful people don't look at failing as less than. Successful people look at failing as a lesson. Let me say that one again. Successful people don't look at failing as less than. Successful people look at failing as a lesson. I try to make it rhyme, but you get the point. There's something I was doing the M drill. In basketball, the M drill is whenever you run to the corner, you take a three-point shot, you run back to half court, you come back to the top of the key, three-point shot, go to the other side of half court, come back down to the corner, three-point shot. So it's a cardio drill, and you're shooting three-pointers. I tried to make 12 in a minute, and I was failing badly. I was horrible this day. I couldn't make any shots. It wasn't going. I didn't feel like running. My heartbeat was racing, and I just stopped. I said, bro, if you're not going to do this 100%, if you're not going to be 100% locked in, stop. You didn't get adequate sleep last night, which means that you didn't get a good breakfast this morning, which means that you're not as focused as you would be on your normal workouts. So I said, you know what? I'm done. Packed up my stuff, told my wife she ain't got to rebound no more. My wife rebounds for me in the summer. I told her she ain't got to rebound no more. I went to the weight room, got my lift in. Actually, by going in the weight room and getting my lift in, I got a W. That fast. Because failing gave me time to reflect. So when I got in the weight room, I didn't want to fail again. I wanted to win the day some type of way. So that was one win. So what I'm saying is you can find wins in failing. My first win was going to the weight room and dominating the weight room. Boom, getting my day back. Now I'm going throughout the day. I'm eating healthy. I'm drinking water. I'm bonding with my wife. I'm studying. I'm bonding with friends. But when nighttime came, had a healthy dinner, had a healthy shutdown time to where it was, okay, we waking up at 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to sleep around 10. Got in bed, got me a good rest, woke up in the morning, did my morning routine, was back in the gym the next morning, and I murdered my workouts. And not just for one day. I murdered my workouts for like the next 2 weeks. I'm talking every day I'm locked in, every day I'm focused, every day I'm going harder, I'm jumping higher, I'm making sure that I'm pushing myself to the top of my limits. And all of that came from that one day of failure. But if I would have just kept on going, made it through the drill, I could easily make it through the drill. At some point, I can easily reach my target. But it wasn't about that. I wanted to feel that defeat. I wanted to feel that you ain't good enough. Because once I feel that, now I can look in the mirror. See, the problem is with a lot of people is that they don't want to look in the mirror because they can't have that conversation with themselves. They can't have that type of accountability. They can't look in the mirror and say, yo, you BSing today. They can't look in the mirror and say, you're not giving it your all because they done told their friends, they done told social media, they done told everybody that they grinding, they going hard, they putting on a show. But the work ain't showing. Yeah, you can put on a show. Whenever you make a shot, boom, throwing your threes up, but you 1 for 7. You 10%, you shooting 20% from the three-point line. You shooting 30% from the field goal. You talking all of that, but you putting on a show and your work ain't showing. Ain't nobody has always won. Nobody. LeBron got his butt whipped yearly until he went to Miami. Championship. Steph, ankle problems. Kept going out with ankle problems. Kept getting hurt. Terrible roster. They went through it, man. They failed. They said, okay, let me sign this guy, surround him by this guy. You keep on working, Steph, get in the weight room. Giannis Antetokounmpo, get in the weight room. Boom, championships. But it took them failing. It took them being at their lowest point so that they can make it to a place where they feel like they're successful. But if they were successful the whole time, then we'll be calling them the greatest of all time because nobody is that. Jordan didn't make the playoffs when he first came in the league, man. He didn't make the playoffs, but that was all preparing him for where he was about to go. The main reason why people are afraid to fail is because they're worried about what the outside world is going to think of them. What the media is going to say about them. What the fans going to say about them. What the family and the friends, how they going to judge them. You have to block all of that out. If you know me, you know that I'm into music. You know that I'm into design. And I throw my music out to my friends and my family sometimes. Be like, what do you think about this? And they be like, this is terrible. They ain't even really gave it a chance from the beginning because they have already labeled me as a basketball player and I'm supposed to be able to do one thing good. But you know what I did? I stopped playing my music for my friends and family. And I started playing my music for people that relates to me. For people that probably will understand the music that I'm making. And what they do? Man, that's inspiring. Man, that makes me feel good. And guess what? That makes me want to make more music. But I had to ignore not the haters. I won't call them haters. I had to ignore the doubters, the people that didn't believe in me. Because if I didn't, then I would have stopped. Because people like your family, that's such a strong connection to you that if they feel like you ain't doing something well, you think that they're just telling you this because they have your well-being. But you got to understand, family members are ignorant. A lot of family members are just not intelligent. And especially if y'all in two different tax brackets, they might not understand what you're even talking about. So you can't take everybody advice at face value. You can take it, let it sink in, then you can evaluate and come to a conclusion, but you can't just take it and let it eat at you. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Because I done put out thousands of terrible songs. But now I'm making songs faster. Now my songwriting is getting better. Now my beat making is coming faster. Now I know how to arrange beats better. I done found new sounds. I done bought new sounds. I done updated the studio. I done updated my mic. I done updated everything. All of that came from failing. Being on the bench 3 years in college to being the MVP my senior year, that was because of 3 years of failing. So failing is okay, and don't let nobody tell you different. Failing is totally fine. But you gotta humble yourself. You can't appreciate failing if you're not humble. I take advice from everybody. I talk to everybody. I need to know what you think of me. I need to know how can I get better? What can I do better? How can I change this? How can I change that? I don't just trust anybody's word. I'm going to look into it, but I'm going to take the information because I'm humble. I'm humble. And I want to be the best version of myself. So I'm going to do the work for myself first, but I need to know what the world think about me too. And the world might think that you ain't as sweet as you think you is. And that's good information. Because if I know I ain't got no sugar, then I need to know how to create the sugar. And once I learn how to create that sugar, I need to learn how to develop it. Now I need to learn how to delegate it. Now I need to learn how to manufacture it so that it's coming on clockwork every day, every day, every day, getting better. It all came because I failed so much to now I got a system that's booming. And that's why failing is okay. If you like this episode, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, send it to your friends. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, please subscribe. Besides that, you know the drill, baby. Every day you have to make them pay so that one day you can live a truth life. Until next Monday, make them pay.